family, and welcome to another episode of Family Talk, the place where I share suggestions and ideas to help you continue the conversation at home about this week's Bible story. Well, this week we're in the book of Ezra, chapters 1 through 3, and we find in this book that God had King Cyrus send the Jewish people home. Zerubbabel led God's people to Jerusalem, and the people began rebuilding the temple when they arrived. We see after all that God kept his promise to bring his people home. For this unit, the big picture question is, how is Jesus the perfect prophet? And we know that Jesus perfectly reveals God the Father and fulfills what the prophets spoke. Some questions that you can use to begin your discussions is one, how do we know God will keep all his promises? Or what are some ways that you have seen God's faithfulness in your life? You can ask, what promises did God keep to his people in exile? Or how can you trust God this week? Some other discussion questions you might have is, why was it important that God's people fix the temple? How is the home Jesus preparing for us, his people, better than any earthly home? Some activities is to take pillows and build a fort with the kids and take flashlights and Bibles into the fort and read some different passages about God's faithfulness. Here are a few suggestions. You can take Exodus chapter 12, verse 41. Or Joshua chapter 21, verses 43 to 45. Ezra chapter 1, verses 1 through 4. Take a look at Jeremiah 29:10 and ask it the following questions. How many years did the prophet Jeremiah say God's people would be in Babylon? And after how many years did God bring his people home? So another activity is to go on a family hike and pack a lunch and some drinks. And as you walk and talk about what it must have been like for God's people to travel home. Some other connections you might want to make is anything related to the attributes and character of God. We know he's awesome, he's holy, he's sovereign, things like that. But let the children tell you what they know about him. Other things that you can tie into might be being sick, or you're homesick when they're away, or what it feels like when they are traveling home from a visit somewhere else, overnight from a friend's. Well, that's it for us for this week. Next week, we'll be taking a look at the actual building of the temple. So we hope that you'll tune in and get some ideas. We look forward to our time together. Have a blessed week. Bye for now.